Okay, guys, I'm going to share my screen now. So then we will start our element 3 today. Yes, everyone. I believe you can see my screen. Just someone inform me about that. Is it visible, the PowerPoint presentation?
Yes, yes,
Yes,
it's
sir.
shown.
Yeah,
Yes,
okay,
sir. We
okay,
can see it.
okay. Thank you. Okay, so class, today we are going to start our element 3, which is management. Like overall, we are studying about management of international health and safety. And our third element is about organizing. Like we read about policy, then planning and implementation arrangement section. Now today we are going to discuss about organizing. What we will be able to explain after reading this element, we will be able to outline the health and safety roles and responsibilities of employers. So in this chapter, in this element, we will discuss the roles and responsibilities on different levels from top management to junior workers. Then we will explain the concept of health and safety culture. What is culture? What is the importance? What is the what make the culture good? And what are the reasons who lead the culture in a bad way in the organizations? We will outline the factors. What are the influences factors on the behaviors of the employees? What are the points or what are the things which influence the behavior of the peoples to work good manners or in bad manners, in safe manners and in unsafe manners? And we will outline the need of emergency procedure. We will discuss why emergency procedure, emergency plan is required in the workplace. Also, we will be able to outline the requirement of effective provision of first aid in the workplace. We will discuss why first aid is required in the workplace. So standards for organizing. Here we have two standards. Actually, it's one, but in it explained in recommendations further. C155, Convention 155, and Recommendation 164. It ensures the responsibility of ensuring the workplace is safe and free of health risk rest with the employer. Employer is ultimate responsible. It's the prime responsibility, and employer is accountable that he have to provide safe, risk-free workplace to the employees. So this is mentioned in Convention 155 and it was elaborated further in Recommendation 164. As we discussed already before, the main or the major duties of the employer is responsible to provide safe place of work, safe plant and equipment, safe system of work, training and supervision to the employees. So let's discuss the roles and responsibilities in a different way. It starts from the employer, the owners, and then directors and the senior management, the board of directors, managing directors, then middle managers like project managers. Then it goes down to the safety specialist. It's what we have discussed in the previous element about organization chart or the safety chart. It's the same. Starting from the top, going towards down, then safety specialist, workers, controller of premises like security team, safety team, supervisors, then self-employed people, employers, suppliers, contractors, joint occupiers of the premises. And the last one, occupiers means sometimes it's a joint ventures or in the same project, in the same workplace, many contractors or many organizations are working. That also need to be taken into account. Okay, I just reply. Okay. So the employer, the prime responsible, the ultimate responsible, the employer carries ultimate responsibility for ensuring that the workplace is safe and free of health and safety risk. Ensure the safety of workers and others, for example, visitors, kids, members of general public, other stakeholders, government authorities, representatives. So employer is the basically responsible to ensuring the health and safety of the workplace. Directors and senior managers, the same chart we have discussed yesterday. Directors, what is their role? They give an organization its direction, like they are the one who set the OHS policy, set its priorities. They set out the priorities, objectives, aims, targets of the organization, and then they allocate the resources. They will provide funds, they will provide payments, they will provide manpower. They hire specialist people like safety managers, competent risk assessment team, competent site management, competent safety officers to implement their ideas. Allocate of responsibilities are responsible for ensuring that all of the legal requirements are met. Yes, employer have to ensure that the legal requirements are being fulfilled in the organization and in the workplace. The second is the middle managers. Middle managers, you can say the project management team, senior project managers or project directors, they are assigned to project. Middle managers and supervisors are involved in the day-to-day operational running of the organization, so are responsible for the health and safety standards within the operations under their control. So from here, you can guess that they are assigned for a specific project. Like for example, in my project, actually it was a big program, consists on 11 projects. So in each project, there is one project manager and there is one project director. The project director covering the whole program consisting of 11 projects, but the project managers, 11 managers, they are covering their own project, their individual projects. So they are responsible, the middle managers, they are responsible to ensure day-to-day safety, day-to-day operational safety, day-to-day work activities. They need to ensure that everything which is going on or the work which is executed in the project is in safe manners. Then safety specialist. The role of safety specialist is very wide. We have a good and a large role. The first of all, we need to advise the organization on the legal requirements, international standards, and secondly, we have to advise them on all safe work operations. So as a safety professional, it's my responsibility that I must let my management understand and I must make them aware about the international requirements, international standards or the legal standards so that any disciplinary action should not be taken against the organization. Like for example, in UAE, it's the responsibility of the employer to provide personal protective equipments free of cost to the workers. So it's my responsibility to advise my employer that as per the federal law number of 8, 1998 UAE, it's your responsibility to provide free of cost PPE to the employee. So this is our role. And in addition to that, we have to advise the construction team, the execution team, the production team on safe system of work. What are the typical responsibilities for health and safety specialists? Yeah, that's what we discuss. Our responsibilities starting from ensuring the legal compliance, advising the organization on best industrial standards, conducting the risk assessment, educating the peoples on safety manners, on the safety trainings, safety inductions. We have to develop and we have to review along with the construction team emergency plans, first aid plans, logistic plans, project OHS, confined space, work at height plans. So we need to ensure our involvement to comply with all legal and contractual requirements. Providing advice. Here we can discuss again, providing advice and guidance on health and safety standards, promoting a positive culture, advising management on accident prevention, developing and implementing policy, overseeing a development of adequate risk assessments, identifying training needs. Yeah, we need to identify which type of training is required in the workplace. For example, in our workplace where like 5,000 workers are working, the work activities are mostly consisting on confined space, work at height, and excavation work. But the major number of the employees are trained on hot work, which is not being a part of the project. So this training is not beneficial. It's not required and it will not help in preventing the incidents in the workplace. So as a safety professional, we need to advise the organization, like we need to divide the training section in 3 departments, in 3 disciplines for excavation work, confined space work, and work at height, so that our employees are need to be well aware about the hazards associated to their work. Then accident reporting and investigation procedure. Then the responsibility of the workers. Most of the time, what we have seen in the projects, in the workplace, or in the actual sites, the workers are thinking that they have no liability, they have no duty, they are free from all. But no, it's not right. Safety is responsibility of everyone in the project, in the workplace, and also ILO put some responsibilities on the workers. They need to take reasonable care of their own and health and safety of the others. So workers have to comply with instructions by the organization on the safety instructions. They need to ensure the full compliance with the personal protective equipment. They need to use all tools and equipments as per the instructions given by the supervisors or the line managers, and they also need to adhere the safety guidelines which are being provided to them. Okay, now contractors and self-employed. The two groups have similar responsibilities. It's the same actually. They need to take reasonable care of their own health and safety of the others who might be affected by their acts. Okay, who are contractors and self-employed? For example, the employer is Aramco, Saudi Aramco. They hire a contractor like Jetco to perform some tasks, some work in their project. And Jetco become a main contractor, and then Jetco is hiring other subcontractors for different activities. So these contractors have the same responsibility what implemented on Jetco. Like what is the responsibility on main contractor? The same is being implemented on the subcontractors. Inside their organization, they have to follow all plans and procedures which are set by client, or suppose in UAE, if any of the students, we have OSHAD, Occupational Health and Safety Framework, developed by the Abu Dhabi government, and it's under the Public Health Department. So OSHAD have COPs, Code of Practices. The Code of Practice which implemented on private developers, on the consultant, on the project management consultant, the same implemented on main contractors and subcontractors. So everyone coming in the same line. So everyone have the same responsibility. Suppliers, manufacturers, and designers. This is a very important point. Maybe you some of you have heard about safety in design. The designer, they have the responsibility that they must design the workplace. They must design the tools and equipments in such a manner that they are not creating additional hazards. For example, during the lifting operation, we are using some D-shackles, bow shackles, lifting accessories. So the lifting accessories need to be designed in such a way that they are easy to be tagged, to be anchored with other devices or with the load. It must not create additional hazards to the workers during handling, during transporting, during working with them. Same as the storage of the chemicals. The containers of the chemicals must be designed in such a way that they are not affecting the people who are transporting, who are handling, storing, or using these substances. The same on the manufacturer and the suppliers. Suppliers have the duty that they must deliver the quality product on the workplace, and the product must be checked by safety and quality perspective before delivering to the project. It's their responsibility that the project is being delivered in the projects in the workplace is safe and quality assured, so that it will not create additional hazards. And they have to provide a safety data sheet. The safety data sheet consists of some information like what type of substances, what are the hazards associated with the material, how to control it, how to transport it, how to store, and how to use this one. The supplier have the responsibility to give adequate training and information on the to the workers about their materials. So this is their role. Client and contractors. The role of client. If a client can be held responsible for an injury caused by a contractor working for the client, then it must be in the client's own best interest to ensure that contractors do not endanger workers or others. Here I will give you one example. For example, there is a client, the developer name X. They hire another consultant or contractor named Y to develop a project or to construct a 25-story building. So here, when there is a contractual document or the contract documents are being developed and signed, there are clauses, there are sections, there are chapters who identify that who is responsible for health and safety. Maybe in some cases, client can say that all safety measures should be taken by us. So what the client will do, they will hire a third party safety consultant and that safety team, safety contractor, they will take care of the safety. Or maybe as per the contract or as per the contractual agreement, the contractor is responsible. Then contractor have to develop their own system and procedure, and contractor have to allocate the resources as per the contract, and they have to ensure the safety. So this is the basic responsibility of client and contractor. Most of the time, what we have seen or what I have experienced in my all working exposure, it's on contractors. Client is not taking the responsibility for such things. The client is only taking some audits, some surveys to ensure that what is decided with the contractor during the agreement, during the contract, it is being implemented and implemented in a full shape. That is the role of client. And also the client have to select the contractor. They have to plan the work. They have to coordinate the work. They have to monitor the work. Selecting of the contractor is a big and very important job. During the selection, organizations, employers, or the client, they have to ensure that the contractor they are going to select have exposure in the same. They don't have much big accident rate in their past. They have past projects. The management of their organization, their past accident insurance records, their sickness or absence record, accident records, LTIs if happened, any enforcement action being taken against that contractor, their HSE policy, plan, procedure, all things need to review before selecting the contractor. This is the responsibility of client. Here, you can read in detail things you should check while selecting the contractor: health and safety policy, risk assessment, qualification and training records, membership, maintenance and equipment testing, previous current clients, accident records, enforcement actions, adequate resources. That's all I have explained to you. And also the next point is planning to work. When they plan, when they start the work, they have to plan it before. And like if we take an individual example, I am going to construct my house. So what I will do, first I will hire a contractor, a team, a small contractor who will take the responsibility of constructing the house. So there can be two things. Maybe the contractor bring his own materials and he will use all the supplies and materials. He will manage everything. Or maybe I just hire them on labor purpose. Like they will construct but materials from my side. These are the two types of work happening in the construction or in the big organizations as well. So they need to check hazards posed by their site and work carried out. So I need to check, or the client, they need to check what will happen when I start the work. Maybe they are going to start excavation in the area where there is already a community is settled. So what are the hazards to the community? What are the hazards to the public? Then hazards are posed by the contractor's activity when they will start the work, when there is execution of the work, what are the hazards? Risk assessments, method statements, all need to be done in the planning of the work. Anybody have idea about method statement? Anyone?
Yes,
Okay, can you explain it?
it's an activity on the site. It's you will follow the instructions, and it is already defined the how to work on the site, and the SBG safety officer and must follow the instructions of the activity as per plan.
Yes, yes. Okay, that's good. So anyone else? Okay, guys. Thank you very much for your answer. It's really appreciated. Method statement is a very, very important document. Method statement consists of few items which are very important. The first, scope of work. In method statement, it was clearly defined that what is the scope of work. For example, we are going to construct a 25 kilometers pipeline. This pipeline can be for sewerage, can be for potable water, can be for gas or whatever. Like, for example, this is the scope of work. Then next is coming the legal references. What are the legal references? Then shop drawings, the drawing approval of the drawings, NOC from the authorities or from the local governments. That is the next. And then coming roles and responsibilities. starting from the project manager to safety officers and until the workers or the supervisors, who is responsible to do the job, who is responsible to do the training, the risk assessment, blah, blah, everything is being managed in the roles and responsibilities. Then we have plant and equipment, which type of plant and equipment to be used on the work during the execution of the work. Then we have manpower, how much manpower to be used. Then we have material and substances, which type of material and what type of material and substances being used. All these things are covered in the method statement. After all these sections, there is another section which is known as methodology of the work, how the work to be executed. The practical implementation on the workplace, it's mentioned in the method statement. For example, you are going to construct a electric substation, which is a single story building, a single story electric substation, and it consists on the precast elements. So in the method statement, first of all, the purpose and scope, we are going to construct a electric substation. That is the purpose and scope of the work. Then material to be used, steel, rebars, excavator, wheel loaders, mobile cranes, tools and equipments, mobile cranes, and precast panels. These are the type of material and plant and equipment. Then manpower, safety officers, site engineers, site supervisors, laborers, steel fixers, blah, 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 whatever is there. Then coming on the roles and responsibilities, who is responsible for emergency, for risk management, for risk assessment, for excavations, for work securing, all this in roles and responsibilities. Then next is coming methodology. The methodology consists on all the operation, how the operation will be executed physically while transporting the precast elements to the workplace. So what they will do, they will mention that excavation of 1.2 meter will be done. After that will be the first step. Then blinding on the base to make it compacted. After compaction, they will do the blinding. And after the blinding, they will install the foundations of the substation. After the foundation of the substations, how they will install, they will lift with a crane, they will provide signages, barriers, everything which is being done in the activity, it need to be mentioned in the method statement. Then they will write that they will bring the precast panels, hollow core slabs, they will install the hollow core slabs with the help of mobile crane. After that, roof, and then waterproofing work, and then the interior installations. So every step is being covered in the method statement, and risk assessment is being developed on the method statement. Until there is no method statement, you cannot develop a risk assessment. When a safety team get the method statement, then only they are able to develop the risk assessment. Like they will know that this type of work, there will be lifting, there will be excavation, there will be use of machinery, there will be use of load, there will be use of paint, there will be use of chemicals. So keeping the elements, materials, humans, and plant and equipment, they will develop the risk assessment. It's very, very important document. If anybody get a chance, just go through and read any method statement. Then next is coordination of the work. Arrangements between the client and contractor includes ensuring the activity don't conflict, like it will be a smooth. For example, in the same area, there can be multiple utilities. Like the sewage line is going like 8 meters down and the stormwater line is only 4 meters down from the earth. So they need to coordinate and plan that the first deep utilities are being fixed, and then when they go up by doing the backfilling as per the method statement procedure, they will cover the remaining utilities. The key contacts they need to display, and they need to follow the permit to work system to control the activities. The permit to work system is very important document also. One side, it ensures the safety of the workplace, and the other side, it's a means of communication between different parties, like in safety, quality, and production team. When a permit is issued, it's issued collectively by all the parties. And when there is a procedure, so everyone will know that in area 64 of my workplace, the excavation will be done tomorrow or hot work will be carried out. Monitor and control. The client must monitor the workplace. Yeah, client have the responsibility that they must visit their workplace. They must inspect and check the documents, plans, and procedures. They can do the audits. They can do the safety tours, safety walk, inspections, internal, external, third party, to ensure that the agreed or decided contractual obligations are being followed. So joint occupiers, the occupiers of the premises, ILO Convention C155, Article 17 and Recommendation 164, Article 11. It gives the detailed information about this. Employers in shared facilities, like the place where many contractors are working, they need to take care of them. They need to have appropriate coordination so that there should be no conflict and everyone have to secure their work. For example, we are following in electrical works logout tagout procedures because there are many teams. One is production, one is maintenance team, one is electric team, blah blah blah. So that is a procedure which they need to follow. They need to share their plan and procedures. They need to share their risk assessment. They need to conduct the joint HSE meetings and the workplace tour so that they have idea about the work. Yeah, so end of section quiz. Who does an employer own a duty to regards with health and safety? How can directors influence health and safety? What are the key workers' responsibilities? What would you look for check when selecting a contractor? So far, any problem? Any confusion? I believe no. Okay. So let's move to the element 3.2, the concept of significance of health and safety culture. Guys, what is culture? Culture means the place, the normal habits of the humans, the general habits, it consists on our perception, our mindset, our morality about anything, any specific thing. So what features would you expect to see in an organization with good health and safety culture? We will discuss this in the coming slide. The safety culture of an organization is the shared attitude, values, beliefs, and behaviors relating to health and safety. As I discussed, or as I explained, the behavior, our values, our mindset, our thinking about safety or about any specific thing, how we act in the workplace, it consists on our behavior. It defines the behavior and it defines the safety culture on the workplace. The culture can be influenced by managements. For example, if the manager is visiting the project, during his visit, he follow the required personal protective equipments, his PPEs, means he is committed with health and safety. It will put a good influence on the workers. Once they see their managers or the senior directors or the employer wearing PPEs, they will start wearing the same. But if they see that the supervisors, engineers, or the managers are not wearing, they will say that we are on the same workplace, we are on the same place. Why we have to wear? It's creating conflict and it's putting bad influencing on the workers. Then communication, how you communicate, what are the means of communications. Maybe the management is committed with health and safety, but the means of communication are not appropriate. There is no communication or there is miscommunication or there is a language barrier. For example, I am a safety trainer. I know only one language, which is Arabic or which is English, but I go to the workplace where the people who don't know Arabic, who don't know English, I just deliver all the training, but it's not useful. So this is a poor communication. The worker competence, maybe the workers are not competent, they have not experienced it. If they are good enough competent, it will put a good it will lead to a good safety culture. But in the opposite of that, if they are not experienced and don't have sense of that work, so it will lead to a poor safety culture. Indicators. Poor health and safety culture lead to poor performance. The following things need to be spotted early. Accident records. If we have less accidents, means there is a good safety culture. If we have more accidents, it's a poor safety culture. Sickness rate. People are getting more sick. Absenteeism. People are getting more sick leaves. Staff turnover. People are leaving the job quickly. Compliance with the safety rules. There is no compliance in the workplace. It means it's a poor safety culture. And if there is a full compliance, it means there is a positive or good safety culture. Workers' complaints, staff morale, these are the indicators of safety culture in the workplace. Okay. What factors could result in the deterioration of organization's health and safety culture and hence safety performance? What are the factors? Lack of leadership commitment. If the leadership or the management is not committed with health and safety, presence of blame culture. Maybe there is a blame culture, like nobody want to take the responsibility. Everyone putting the blame on the others. Yeah, la. This is not in my scope of work. I'm not the one who have to provide the barriers here. I'm not the one who have to communicate the risk assessment with the workers. Health and safety at low priority. Organizational changes. High staff turnover rate. Lack of resources. Lack of workers consultation, interpersonal issues, poor management system, external influence. These all are the factors or the reasons which can lead to a negative safety culture in the workplace. So reorganizations. Why we need to reorganization? When it is required, when there is a company takeover, like recently two big organizations, big PMCs of the world, you can say one company take over the other company. So they need to reorganize all the safety structures and the plans, procedures, policies, or two companies merge with each other, management buyout, maybe management changes, big changes in the management, departmental structure, there is new activities, new technology, redundancy happened in the workplace, new orders by the government, international standards, major accidents. Okay, what is uncertainty? Increases at times of change, reduce morals. What happened because of uncertainty? The morale of the employees will go down. They are not sure about their job. The job security is something very important for the workers. There is no clear framework if there is a uncertain condition in the workplace. Who is your project manager? One terminated, then the second came, then the third came. So nobody knows that what is going to happen. Maybe there is less projects in the organization. Maybe tomorrow they will terminate me. It have impact on the workers. It put some attention to their mind that your job is not secure right now. So this is uncertainty, and uncertainty also lead to poor safety culture. Blame culture. You are the one who have to do that. Or if I report, I will be blamed, I will be punished, or maybe company sack me, or maybe they terminate me if I report something or if I try to do something good. These are the reasons also for negative safety culture. Poor leadership, management is not committed. They are not providing adequate policy. They are not consistent in health and safety. They are not providing adequate resources. They are just thinking that we need to finish our work. So relationship between culture and performance. Yeah, we have already considered what can influence an organization's culture. What would an organization with a positive culture look and feel like? Let's see. Here is the answer. In organizations with a positive safety culture, health and safety is important to everyone. Yes, it's right. When there is a positive culture, everyone will take the responsibility. You can say courage to care. If I see something going wrong in the workplace, it's not like that. I just see, it's not under me. It's not my scope of work. It's not in my team. I'm not responsible for that. No. We need to stop. We need to walk out to the person who is doing something wrong. We need to call him. We need to talk to him. We need to ask why you are doing wrong. And we need to tell him what are the consequences, what are the hazards associated, what will go wrong. What if something gone wrong? Maybe you get hurt, you get injured, or because of you, some other will get injured. This known as courage to care. So this is the relation. If the safety culture is good, everything will be performed in good manners, in safe manners. Health and safety performance is good. People's work safely. Yeah, these are the normal things. Indicators of culture, we already discussed. If there is more accidents, more non-compliances, staff turnover, sickness rate is more, means there is a negative culture. And if they are in good manners, less accidents means good safety culture. And the influence of the peers, this is also very important. It's coming sometimes, most of the times in the exam. Peers means your colleagues, your co-workers. Just guys, let me admit the other guys. Okay, what is the impact of the behavior of the peers? So good people breaking rules to fit in, bad people's coming into line and working safely. Peer group pressure. when I am working in a workplace, like I spent there 5 years. After 5 years, I know about my organization. It's good manners in health and safety. I am using all PPs. I am working safely. I am acting safely. My behavior is very good in safety because I am in a good system of work. So what will happen? I left the organization. I joined an other organization where there is very poor safety culture. No one like to work in safe manners. No one want to inspect the tools and equipments. Few days I will try to work in safety, but then I will become same like the others. Maybe they laugh on me. You are taking care of too much safety. Why you are keeping the helmet? No need. Why you are wearing gloves? No need. Why you are wearing safety shoes? No need. So sooner or later, I will be in their shape. This is peer pressure. The same can be happened. Maybe one organization is very bad. The people left and they join a new organization which is good in safety. So they will start following the activities what is going on there. This is safety culture, the connection, and this is peer group pressure. And of section quiz, health and safety culture definition. We discuss what factors health and safety culture of organization, what indicator can be accident records, first aid, LTI, enforcement actions. What is peer pressure? We just discussed about that. Now, guys, our session is going to end in 1.2 minutes. So rejoin the meeting again. I'm going to finish this right now. So after 1 minute again, join the session. Then we will continue.